Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Lasham Daily Brief for Thursday, 4th of April, 2024. We start off with a synoptic situation at the moment. So this is midnight last night. There's low pressure centered over Northumbria and another low pressure out into the Atlantic. And you can see the associated fronts that are linked with them. That are going to cause us problems throughout the day, no doubt. If I go forward to midday now, the one that was over Northumbria is now out of the North Sea, and the one at the Atlantic's a little bit closer. But we've still got a waving occlusion hanging off the back of that, with a very, very small warm and cold front just joining together around about right over Lasham, I guess, at the moment. Running forward to midnight tonight. So tomorrow there could be a reasonably warm sector southwesterly flow, so it's probably going to be flyable tomorrow, perhaps not soarable. And looking through to Saturday, similar air mass, I guess, but maybe a little bit of soaring on Saturday, perhaps. So spot forecast today, we've got an issue with the winds. Currently they're around about 250 at 40 knots at flying height. A little bit less on the ground at the moment, and that's going to change, I think, as the front slowly slides through. A little bit further north, it's indicating 240, 15, but really where we are at the moment, we're somewhere between the two. So I'd expect we've probably got about a 30-knot wind flying wind at height at the moment. Here's the cloud. As we did have a bit of sunshine go through early, you probably all woke to that sunshine, and now it's sort of filling in behind it. And here's the cloud associated with that occluded front. Timing could be a bit awkward on that. The actual rain forecast at the moment is indicating showers pretty well everywhere. You see there's a very, very large one just missed us to the south, and probably why we're in this grey air mass now. But they're queuing up to hit us down on the south-west area at the moment. So we need to sort of suck it and see for a while. The actual forecast rain showers are a little bit, what can I say? There's the showers we were talking about earlier. Now this is at 8:45, but if I run through the day, you can see this is now 9:45. And around about here, around about 11:30, I think we might have a bit of a gap where we might be able to get a little bit of flying in. We've still got little showers pottering around to the south of us. They may miss us. But it does look like we will have a 2 or 3 hour window that we could probably go and utilise a bit later on. I'm hoping anyway. The local forecast at Bentworth is indicating sort of rain up until 10. And here's that clear patch I'm on about. Hopefully, but somewhere between about 11 and 2 o'clock, I think we may be able to utilise that window. Temperatures today 12, dew points down at 9. Southwesterly wind 15. Gusts are a little bit high. They were a bit more than this yesterday, but talking about 26 knot gusts perhaps, which may cause us a problem. GFS is indicating max temperature today of 13 and dew points down at 7. And there's a view outside the window at the moment, pretty fresh breeze, and here's this overcast. And actually, the rain is to the south. If we're looking south pretty well from this shot here, so we can see the darker clouds. Current temperature at Lasham is 9 degrees, dew point at 6.8. Big issue again with rain. If you look at the daily rain we had there down at 3 mil. Wind southwest 10 knots with gusts as 12, it's saying. You can see the wind has died down overnight. We did have the gusts up at 25, 28 knots, but we're certainly subsided slightly now. But here's the issue on the rains. In the last 12 hours, you had another 5 mil of rain, and the airfield really suffering, as you know, so we do need to be very careful if we go out. Odium is indicating 30 knots in the southwest. A few clouds at 1,200 feet, scatter clouds at 2,600. But if we look through the TAF going forwards, let's start at the top. 7 o'clock onwards, so 40 knots in southwest, what we've got at the moment. Scatter cloud at 2,500 feet. Between 7 and 9, this is all Zulu time, of course. 4,000 meters, broken clouds at 1,000 feet, towering cumulus and rain. That's pretty well what we've just about to get or have just got at the moment. But later on, scattered cloud at 2,000 feet, light rain showers, so they're the ones we may or may not get, and between 10 and 5 Zulu, 4,000 meters, and rain showers. And it does extend further up until 5 o'clock later on, broken clouds at 1,400 feet. So Odium is not that optimistic. If you look at Farnborough, quite similar, 12 knots in the southwest at the moment. Their TAF's not quite as long, which is a little bit more encouraging, perhaps. So from 6 till 3 Zulu today, scattered clouds, 2,000 feet, temporarily between 6 and 9. Gusts of 25 knots, 3,000 meters, broken clouds 800, which is pretty well exactly what we've got now, and heavy showers. And then after that, 18 knots, gusts of 28 knots, with viz at 7K and some possible rain showers. So that window, I'm hoping we can get something done. The area forecast on Top Meteo, significant weather, is indicating that this was at 3 o'clock this afternoon, that it is clearing a little bit. There are a few little showers around. If I run it forward, you'll see that the showers become thunderstorms, become low clouds. So this is what we got at the moment. And running it forward to around 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon, there should be a possible window. And sky sight is quite similar in that we've got low cloud now. It appeared we've got now literally low cloud. Then it thins out a little bit. But then we're going to get some upper cloud come in. It's indicating cloud base at 2,500 feet at 11:30 today. I think that's a bit optimistic. I think it's going to be nearer 1,600 feet throughout the day. Winds 249 degrees, 29 knots gusts, and it is backing to 230, 25 later. So I think if we do go out, it probably will be on 2-3 at a wet operation, and no TAMs to affect us today. So let's have a quick look at the airfield setup for when we do go out, and I hope we will. There's possible air test for movements as PA38. That's one we should have had yesterday. That is actually cancelled at the moment, but it may happen. So we've got a Navajo departure at 1 o'clock local today, and an EasyJet A320 at 2 o'clock. When we fly, I think we'll set up 2-3 wet operation, brisk southwesterlies all day. Low cloud at rain first thing. That's what we got out the window. Availability, we've got 3 K21s and 2 K13s. I've left them in red because of the gusts that we may have today. We might want to consider just operating the K21s. And all the single seaters bar SH8 are serviceable. Caution baby grobs again for the winds. Wet field, especially south side. If you do have to land on the grass, please don't use the wheel brake. And the simulator, as always, is available. Sam did a few things to it yesterday, which hopefully got it up and running again. So if we do operate today, we'll be on 2-3. The upper wind is definitely favouring 2-7, but the surface wind is definitely favouring 2-3. So we'll start off when we do get out, unless the wind does change in the next 2 hours. We'll plan on a 2-3 wet setup. Winds down the bottom, cables along the edge of the runway. Barry's wet puddle is now back in full view. Please do not end up down there. And if I could discourage any launch failure practices today, unless you are high enough to get round and land on 2-7 hard if you're on a left-hand circuit, or 2-3 as normal if you're on a right-hand circuit. Okay, I am encouraged that we will get a slot today like we did yesterday. So by all means, go and DI a couple of gliders. That's very always worthwhile doing. And we'll just keep an ear to the ground and go out flying as soon as we can. Thanks very much for your time.